Meeting order. Would you stand and say pledge allegiance with us?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let the record show all members are present. We have a public comment policy statement. If there's anybody from the public that wants to make a comment to the board, they will need to go over to the table along that wall and read the script and fill out the form to make a public comment. At the end, we will reserve about 30 minutes for public comments, but you only get 3 minutes each to speak on your topic. The board will not respond. Okay, everybody look over the consent agenda.
Yes.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second that.
Got a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carried. Okay, next up is to introduce new hires to the board. Who's the new hires? Yeah. Step forward, I think we got some others over here too.
Marie and Heather started on 5-4. They're a big asset. They're learning a lot. They're catching on and they have a lot to learn.
Lot to learn down there.
Yeah.
Lot to learn about the crazy public at times.
Oh, no, they don't know anything about that. We haven't told.
Well, thanks for coming up and good
Well-
luck. There's a lot to learn and have patience.
Welcome to the county.
Yep, thank you.
Randy,
Yes.
you got a new hire?
No. It's Ally.
Okay, I'm sorry. Anybody else? Okay. Next up, Ally Brenzel, recognition of Ally Brenzel for ISAC scholarship recipient. Randy?
So let me tee this up. When I attended the ISAC spring conference in March in Des Moines, we had a room full of supervisors and elected officials. And one of the things on the agenda was to recognize the scholarship recipients. And in years past, the scholarship recipients had always been in attendance. And when I got there to the general session that morning and I looked around the room and I'm like, where are the students? And for some reason, the students weren't able to attend that conference. So we didn't get to recognize them at the state level. So I sent a message to our public relations person and she put you on the agenda so we could recognize you here. It is a big deal, and to have a District 4 scholarship recipient from Pottawatomie County, we just need to celebrate that. So congratulations, Ally.
Congratulations.
You already got your scholarship and your certificate.
Cool.
And what was the dollar amount?
25.
Excellent. And what are your plans, Ally?
I'm gonna major in pre-occupational therapy at Northwest Missouri State.
Go Bearcats.
Yeah, very cool. Cool.
Good. Well, thank you. I think you got a proud dad back there too.
Mildly.
Thanks for coming up. Ally.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. Randy, thanks for bringing her up.
Thank you.
Hey, next
Oh,
up.
wait, we're gonna do photos.
Oh, okay, sorry. You want to go out? Go ahead.
Okay,
Yeah,
come on up.
yeah, well,
come on up.
Dad?
I'm telling you, a District 4 scholarship recipient from Scott County is a big thing. So we're taking photos.
That's the video.
He told me to sit here, so.
You're right, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
She can take care of it when you get old enough.
Thanks for bringing her. Are you coming back to?
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you.
It's really nice to see you.
I know, it's nice to see you too. It's always a pleasure.
Okay, next up. Connections Area Agency on Aging. Iowa HHS Adult Protective Services and Western Iowa Services Collaborative Disability Access Point. Discussion under decision to approve and sign proclamation designating the month of June 2026 as Elder Abuse Awareness Month.
I'll make the motion to approve.
I'll
Okay,
second that.
okay. A motion by Miller and a second by Jones to approve the proclamation for June as the Elder Abuse Awareness Month. Susan, could you read that for us?
Elder Abuse Awareness Month Proclamation, June 2026. Whereas older adults in Potawatomi County deserve to be treated with respect and dignity, allowing them to continue serving as leaders, mentors, volunteers, and valued members of our community. And whereas it is estimated that 1 in 10 older Americans experience abuse, neglect, or exploitation, and because these incidents are often underreported, many individuals do not receive the help and protection they need. And whereas elder abuse is a growing issue that affects individuals across all socioeconomic backgrounds and undermines the safety, health, and independence of older adults. And whereas preventing elder abuse improves the quality of life for older adults and supports their ability to live independently while contributing to the strength and vitality of our communities. And whereas prevention can be achieved through strengthening the Aging Services Network, increasing public awareness, providing education, and advocating for policies that protect older Iowans. And whereas every member of our community shares responsibility for promoting the safety, well-being, and dignity of older adults. Now, therefore, we, the Potawatomi County Board of Supervisors, do hereby proclaim the month of June 2026 as Elder Abuse Awareness Month in Potawatomi County and urge all residents to recognize the importance of protecting older adults, to learn the signs of abuse, and to support efforts that ensure all individuals can age with safety, dignity, and respect. Together, we can work to prevent elder abuse and build a stronger, more compassionate community for all. Signed the second day of June, 2026.
Mary Ann, would you do a roll call, please?
Chairman Shay,
Aye.
Supervisor Miller,
Aye.
Supervisor Jones,
Aye.
Supervisor Wickman,
Aye.
Supervisor Jordan.
Thank you. Is there any more to be said on that?
I think we have several representatives here from,
Yeah.
Tasha, did you
Anything
want
to
to?
say?
Well, I wanted to say, thank you again for making the proclamation. It does take each and every one of us, not just elected officials, but service providers as well as our community. As mentioned, that it is underreported, even though it happens in your neighborhood. So working together to recognize the signs, speaking up and supporting older Iowans with dignity and respect. Together, we do send a clear message that our community is united in protecting older adults and raising awareness. So no older Iowan feels invisible or alone. Again, thank you for your continued partnership and support.
Thank you.
And you're with
With
Connections.
Connections, Area Agency on Aging, we have some guests with me.
I'm Tammy Winchester. I am a dependent adult abuse program administrator for the state of Iowa. So I oversee the whole dependent adult abuse program. And this is one of my supervisors.
Hello, I'm Ginger King, the Department of Health and Human Services as well. I supervise 2 workers who are in the Potawatomi County, Christy O'Donnell and Steve James.
I'm Shelley Haynes. I work for the Potawatomi County, but I also we're under the Western Iowa Services Collaborative Disability Access Point. And now that we work with all people with disabilities, we often collaborate and work with Connections. We have a lot of referrals for older adults that have disabilities, and so we've become pretty close partners in helping those individuals.
Anybody else? Thanks for what you do, ladies. That's
Thank you.
important. It's,
You have a proclamation, Chairman, Chair.
yes, I do.
The photo opportunity.
I was waiting for the okay.
Yeah, well, I was waiting for them to finish signing it, but yeah. Right. You guys wouldn't mind going up there, that'd be great.
For what you do.
Yeah, thank you.
This is so cool. Now you're prepared. I am.
Hold on, we'll hold this proclamation up.
Can I move?
You don't have to duck yet.
Oh, quick. Hold on a second.
I'm going to put my badge on.
Yeah.
All right, where do you want to hold that? Send me your chiropractor bill, Andy.
Mr. Wick's all right?
You'll be fine.
Let the other person hold it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. What you did. Next up, Matt Wyatt, Director of Planning and Development. Discussion and/or decision to approve final plat of Bluff Hills Acres, a subdivision situated in Lake Township, and the signed planning and zoning resolution 2026-07.
Yeah, so this first came to you on April 7th. It was at the P and Z meeting on March 16th. It's a 4-lot subdivision, minor subdivision. It's on 185th Street, just north of Council Bluffs. There will be 2 of the lots are already built on. This property owner had his original home and he had already constructed an ADU. So those 2 will each have their own lot, and then there's 2 buildable lots that will be left in the center of it.
Motion to approve.
So move.
Second.
Motion by Wickman and a second by Jorgensen to approve the final plat map, resolution number 2026-07. Mary Ann, would you please do a roll call?
Chairman Shay,
Aye.
Supervisor Wickman,
Aye.
Supervisor Jorgensen,
Aye.
Supervisor Jones,
Aye.
Supervisor Miller.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Thanks for your work on that.
Mhm. Okay, next up, Becky Linehan, Finance and Tax Officer, Auditor's Office. Discussion under decision to approve and authorize the board to sign resolution number 38-2026 entitled Resolution for Transfer from 1520 Capital Project Fund to 2120 Capital Projects Fund 2026 Debt Fund. Wow.
Good morning. I believe all of you have the invoices that this is regarding. For the state auditors, we can't pay out of the capital project funds. We need to pay out of capital project debt funds, so that's why that fund was created. Also, when we make the payment back to that bond, it will need to be transferred out of the 1520 into the 2120.
Questions, comments?
I'll make the motion to
Okay.
approve resolution 38-2026.
I'll second the motion.
Mary Ann, would you do a roll call for me?
Chairman Shay,
Aye.
Supervisor Wickman.
Aye.
Supervisor Jorgensen.
Aye.
Supervisor Miller.
Aye.
Supervisor Jones.
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Becky.
Thanks, Becky. Okay, next up, Trish Barnhart. Jail Administrator, discussion and a decision to approve starting pay for new nurse. Morning, Trish.
Morning, how are you?
It's Tuesday, election day.
Yes, it is. What a busy day in here. So, we are rehiring Ryan LaFave. Ryan was actually a nurse when I started back in 2022. I actually had the privilege of working with him over in Nebraska, where he served a variety of roles in the nursing department over there. Most notably, he was like our head administrator for a period of time, an acting administrator. When he left us in 2022 at the jail, he went full-time military, where he's a medic. But he's coming back to us, and we are just requesting to bring him in at step 12. He's well worth it. We're gonna lose him again if we cannot bring him in at this rate. Nurses around the area are anywhere from 63 to 70. That's the last check I had. They were up to about 74 to 75 at other local facilities. I don't want to lose a good person. We have 2 vacancies right now in our nursing department.
I'd surely get fit with that.
Thank you.
That in your budget, Trish?
Yes, it is. You know, I'm not gonna bring in something I can't handle.
I was waiting for Mr. Wickman to say that. I said I'd like to make the motion.
I'll second.
What step is it?
12. And he'll be starting on June 15th.
June 15th.
June 15th.
What's the hourly?
Okay, got a motion by Jones and a second by Miller to approve the new starting pay for the new nurse at step 12.
Well,
And it's how much an hour?
$43.99.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? Motion carried. Thanks, Trish.
Thanks.
Good. Okay. Next up, Andy Wicks, engineer, discussion and a decision for amortization schedule for 195th Street preliminary seal coat petition. Okay, Andy?
Neglected to add this to your packet, so I can give this to Jeanette and she can get you a digital copy. This is the road we're looking at, 195th Street.
Thank you.
Magnolia to Badger.
Correct. Magnolia to Badger.
How many miles is that?
oh, thank you.
It is 2.4 miles, 13,000 feet. And today I would like to talk through what kind of amortization schedule or how you would like to break that up. So historically, we've done 10-year, depending on the size. Sometimes we do less years, but I think it makes sense. It's a large project. So it's roughly a $630,000 project. And because it's a farm to market route, we are projecting that these residents would pay for $445,000 of that, or 70% of the project cost. And basically,
How much?
45. 445. So the county would cover the $190,000 difference. But the question today that I'd like to try to get clarity on is, what is the appropriate way to break down the costs? Would you like to split up the cost per parcel evenly? Would you like to split up the cost proportionally, or weight it towards the residential or the agricultural? So I had Jeanette add to your packets the cost breakdown options. So there's basically, if a $500,000 house, residential house, if we weighted it evenly, they'd pay $1,600. But then a $9,000 agricultural plot would also pay $1,600 a year. So evenly is one option. Proportionally would be they'd pay it based off of the assessed value. So a $500,000 house would pay more.
Proportionally, myself would be the fair way to do it. That's the way we've always kind of stated we wanted to do that.
Yeah,
Comments?
Well, we've only done it once. and That was a nightmare.
Right.
It was, but
And
so, and today we don't have to decide today, but if we make a decision today, we can still do it at a case by case basis. The decision today doesn't have to dictate what we do moving forward for other projects.
the problem with proportionate is that just because you have a $400,000 house and somebody else lives in 100, they get the same benefit. So they should pay the same price. I think that the board really needs to maybe have a, I don't know, if we want to do it today or not, but when you look at the evenly assessed, which everybody pays the same, there's an Osborne Farms that has 5 parcels, no house. It's all farm ground. And I don't know, it's difficult to charge them 5 times what everybody else is paying because they have 5 parcels of farm ground. But what is you said you have 60%?
Of the signatures, correct. So
I think we're a little premature to set this. I think that maybe not, I don't know, but if the property owners on that stretch there is responsible for 445,000, maybe they should be told that. And I'm leaning more towards the everybody pays the same, regardless of the value of the house.
okay.
I mean, property taxes and assessments, to me, are not fair, no matter how you draw it up. But, to ask a farmer with, I didn't look all these up, but I'm gonna guess, let's just say they're 40 acres apiece. He has 200 acres and he's paying 5 times what everybody else is paying. I mean, is that fair?
what if it's proportionately, doesn't that matter?
Well, if it's,
Then it's
if
not
it's
as much.
proportionately, and you live in a $500,000 house, you're paying more than I am, and we get
Or
the
if you
same
live in
benefit.
100,000,
Yeah.
that's a big difference. And I think that's possibly the best way to go myself, because valuations tend to go up once those roads are seal coated too.
Iowa Code Chapter 311 for secondary road assessment districts is very vague. It doesn't give the supervisors much direction. And I think we had a policy at one time on how we were going to do this, and maybe that policy needs to be dusted off and revised and reapproved by the board before you get too far down the road on this particular project. I see that there's a creek in here. So the bridge that exists, is it a concrete bridge? Or is it going to have to be replaced as part of this effort too? Or is it a culvert?
That is a culvert there. So we'll do an analysis to confirm, but it should be right-sized and not be impacted by the change.
It's tricky. Who's driving the request or who's managing the petition? Was it a residential person or an agricultural
It was a
person?
residential person. Yeah. Yeah, there's two primary petitioners that they've gone out and gotten signatures from a majority, but not that 75% threshold that our policy states we need. So basically, they have shown over 50% interest, and I think that warrants a serious look at it. And so that's why I put together these assessed values and the cost breakdown options. So one alternative between the evenly and the proportionally is we could weight the cost burden. Say agricultural pays 30% and then residential zoned pays 70% of the $445,000. I can provide some more information and we can do that in a study session. Obviously, we don't have to decide today, but
Lee, you got anything to add to this? The treasurer,
Would you split that out over the years? Is that what you would?
it's over a
That's a
10
lot
year,
of them.
Years.
What
10
they do
years.
when they put those on there? You know, are you charging them interest too, or is it just a flat rate? You
It
know,
is
that's what we need
it
to
is an interest rate.
Right.
I believe it's 6%.
we have this set at 6%. So the state code Susan references 4 to 11% are the range, 4 to 11. And I think the last one we did was 6%. So we're
The one we did was 0.
never mind. The last one we did was 0. So I can definitely change that.
Well, the one that was done previously, that isn't a roadmap for anything. That was a disaster.
Well,
And you know, at any time, the board can say, you know what, we're just not doing this. We're not required to do it. But if the residents decide that they would like to participate in the payment of it, I think we should. And if it's a farm to market road, it's farm to market money that pays for that, right?
Correct.
Well, it's not local Potawatomi County property tax dollars that fund it. It's still property, it's tax dollars from somewhere. So, I mean, that's about the only plus I can see out of the whole thing, to be honest.
Remind me again, Tim, well, I remember discussing this before, another action, but was there a survey done by the people who signed the petition?
Well, the engineer, if I believe, I didn't take a look at it. They're required to identify parcels within a half mile of both sides of the road. And that didn't happen in the last one.
along the road.
Yes.
Yeah. I thought it did. I think we need to improve any roads we can. And when they bring a petition forward, I really think we need to do it. I really believe it should be on the tax value, because we get $100,000 house, they're obviously not able to swallow it as much as a $500,000 house.
That's an assumption.
I get it. You're right.
I mean, the $100,000 house person could be a lifetime saver and probably be rich, could be the richest guy on the road.
Again, they sure could, but if their house valuation's X amount,
Have you provided the actual cost to these petitioners?
I have not, no. They've just gone through the preliminary.
I
I can float this to them and just provide the 4 options that I provided the board, and then just so that they're aware of a ballpark of what they could be paying.
Yeah,
Per
I
parcel.
think that's fine. And then if you get to 75%, the board needs to make a call.
and then at that point, how come they stopped here at Magnolia?
That is what the petitioners brought to me. They didn't think that they could get more beyond Magnolia.
Okay,
if,
What do you think's the fairest way?
be careful.
Yeah, on the spot, I would have to look at it further
Okay.
to provide.
Good,
Boy, that's
good
a
answer.
good political call.
I will say I don't like the weighted average because it's all arbitrary. 70-30. I mean, who's coming up with those numbers? I'd rather just give them two options, the proportional one or the evenly split.
Yeah.
That's my input.
I would agree with that.
And I think that provides a reasonable range for the people that are interested in signing the petition. They can, because right now they don't have an idea of what they would be paying.
And I think that's an important
Yeah,
piece of
they need to
information.
be aware of the cost.
Yeah.
Totally.
And yeah, I can provide this to the petitioners, and if they come back and say there's zero interest, then we do not need to move forward. So,
I haven't had a chance to study the map and compare it to all of the proportion of the ag versus the residential homes.
Yeah.
And I'd just like to get a better understanding of who it is that's requesting and
yeah, I can flesh the map out better. It was in draft form. So, and I can show which ones are residential versus agricultural and the assessed value.
Yeah, Jamie and Chris should be able to provide that for you with names.
Yep.
And it would also have the acreage amount on it. I mean, they're really good at all that stuff. I mean, really good. So before you're done, Andy, what's the average cost? Or let's see, give me your estimate of cost for an asphalt road per mile, not seal coat, asphalt.
Asphalt, it's gonna be $500,000 to $800,000, depending on the width and what is going over.
We're at,
Go ahead.
we're at, about 320,000 a mile for seal coat.
And that's specific to the site, just due to the lack of shoulders and areas and the improvements we think need to be done.
Okay.
You've been trying to pave this road or seal coat it for 35 years. Clear back about 1990, they talked about doing that. I'm surprised that we don't have higher amounts of property owners signing on.
what road is it that lies off of that, about right in the middle?
That was leisure.
Leisure Lane.
And it's not seal coated.
No.
There was a discussion about that one too, wasn't there?
Mm-hmm. There sure was.
I think they tried to do a petition about 2 years ago, maybe 3.
But we
Actually, it
should-
was about 5 years ago.
Is it that long been?
Yeah. I think it was the first year I was on, 5 or 6. Okay, any more questions, comments? Andy, you know what to do?
I have marching orders, so I'm good. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Andy, if I know Susan's gonna want, and I think all the board would, ownership and acreage amounts on that map. Like I said, Chris and Jamie can help you with that.
Yeah, I'll get that to you before moving forward with the.
And if there's a property that's owned by a corporation, we need the president or whoever to sign, not just somebody.
The renter. Okay,
Official capacity.
Okay,
thank you.
thank you, Andy. All right, no action taken. Jasmine Elmore, Director, Human Resources, discussion under decision regarding union versus non-union pay for courthouse clerks following the dissolution of the union. Good morning, Jasmine.
Morning, Jasmine.
Morning.
So,
A few documents for you.
so last week, at the end of our board meeting, we had a study session about moving the existing employees from the clerks union step and grade into the courthouse non-union step and grade because the clerks union had been dissolved 1.5 to 2 years ago. So we had the study session, and the first thing I did after I accepted the assignment to help Jasmine, I took this spreadsheet and I sorted it by job title and then by date of hire. I thought those were two key components so that we could compare apples to apples and figure out exactly where we were at. Jasmine and I spent considerable time on it last week, and on Friday, we brought the auditor and the treasurer together so that we could do a test drive of it. We adjusted some of the employees and got some clarity on what we were doing was in the right direction. And then on yesterday, we had the recorder and Supervisor Wickman come in and we did some more adjustments on it. And then I had a follow-up conversation with Matt Wyan afterwards on his employees. The board has already approved a 3% increase for these employees that we're talking about for the 26-27 fiscal year. I mean, we did that for all of our employees. It was a 2.5% step increase plus 0.5%, bringing them up to a 3%. So we've got some recommendations. You've got a spreadsheet in front of you. Jasmine and I made some tweaks late yesterday and we haven't had a chance to talk about them.
Yeah. So on the sheet, you're seeing it should be a colored sheet. Individuals in blue, they are not going to affect any of the costs. You'll see some individuals in green. All of the names have been removed just for the purpose of this meeting. Those people, we just use those, for grouping purposes. And so the premise of what we were also trying to do was to make sure that we had structural alignment, as well as addressing some of those inconsistencies with like the job structures, the job types. And this is why we had to pull all of the other individuals in from their departments to better understand what job does what, which one might do a little more work than another. And this is how we decided to place these individuals in these areas.
But I don't think we're ready to make a vote today.
Right.
I think this is discussion purposes only. I need to double check the formula for what the cost is to make sure that we have our arms around this and that we've got right numbers to present to the other supervisors for approval.
And so you're seeing on your sheets, you should see the last two columns that say the percent of their increase and then the total of their change should be at the end. But we still have a few more tweaks that we have to do. And then we can bring it back to the board for a vote.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
One of the recommendations we've got for the board to consider is deleting or removing all courthouse non-union grades 501 through 511, which will actually bring our starting salary for grade 512 up to $20.65. And I think that's what we're hearing loud and clear is we need to raise that starting salary for new employees. Most of the clerks that are in the courthouse would be placed into a grade 514. That's what we're proposing with a starting salary of $22, which is much better than the 19 that they're currently at. So
This sheet that you give us is for the
2027.
20,
So it's the
20, 26,
fiscal year.
27.
Correct. That's the new
But we're
fiscal year.
not working off of that one.
We're working off of that one, except for two. So for the 514 and the 515s, we have the other ones, but this one is the one that we use. Remember
For the other grades except 514 and 515.
550. Correct.
Okay.
And I have that sheet. I didn't bring that for you all today because I thought it would be a little too much paperwork and inundate you all, but I have that sheet with those figures on it for the prior fiscal year.
So we want to let this rest and finish up the study.
yeah, I don't think it'll take much to finish it up. And
You'll give us a sheet without where we start and everything.
Right,
Okay,
right,
So this will be on the agenda.
For next week.
yes. Because we need to get this resolved so that payroll has time to make adjustments before they get into the fiscal year adjustments. So
okay.
are there any other thoughts that we need to add into the scope of the work, or are we good just to finish up what we got?
I think finish your work.
Yeah. we'll
Bring
it
it
back.
to us at that point.
Question?
That it?
Just
That's
keep
it.
me posted if you need some help with anything, let me know.
Yes, I will.
Okay,
And,
no action taken.
and Lee, Andrew, and Mary Ann, I appreciate your help with this.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you.
Okay, committee appointments.
I met with the officials from Carter Lake multiple times last week. They're in the process of trying to expand the fire station. I also went to the MAPPA meeting in downtown Omaha. There's nothing to report there. And then I met with Mayor Shudak on a variety of things with the city of Council Bluffs. Nothing at this time to report.
I have nothing.
Okay, Susan?
I spent lots of time this week on this clerks union project. The SWIPCO board meeting I attended, I learned that the annual meeting that they have September 24th will be hosted in Pottawatomie County. So I'm working with SWIPCO to help them find a location for that. Golden Hills, we had our board meeting last Thursday as well. And Lance Brisboy has been promoted to the executive director from Golden Hills effective June 1. And Mark Shoemaker will be finished with Golden Hills on June 9th, June 10th.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we appreciate Mark stepping in and filling in an interim capacity, but we know Lance will be the right person to move this organization forward. I attended the East Pot Soil and Water meeting, an Advanced Southwest Iowa meeting. And then we also jumped on a special meeting for Thriving Families. And there is some reorganization going on within the regions, like all of our regions are doing at the state level. And Thriving Families has been requested to become the employer of record and the fiscal manager for the Northwest District. So they've merged 3 agencies into one, and Mary Ann, please correct me if I say any of this wrong. They've merged 3 into 1, so we're looking at 1 to 2 employees being added for employer of record. Well, I bring that up to the board for your thought. I just want to bring it out there. We can't discuss it. It's not on the agenda. But that would, we provide, the county, Pot County provides in health insurance benefits to Thriving Families employees. So we would be taking on additional people with this intended consequence. So we can discuss it next week, or I just need to get a hold of, or I need to let Patricia know that we've given it some more thought and we have more questions we need to address. So.
Okay. Tim?
No.
Oh, I have another question.
Yeah.
The Wall That Heals,
Mm-hmm.
such a tremendous event. Are we going to recognize that committee?
I think we should.
Can we add them to an agenda so that we can
Yes,
publicly recognize their efforts?
probably the 23rd or something like that.
All right, done talking.
Okay. I helped tear down the wall, and then I attended a couple other events, Grove, Council Bluffs. And then I took a little time off, so went out of town. That was good. Okay, public comments. We got anything there?
We do. And in order as they were given to me, John Anderson, Melissa Long, Nathan Clark, and Lisa Lee.
John Anderson, 19377 340th Street. Did you know that our local public health office offers well water testing? That they will assist with well plugging, that they offer at-cost radon testing kits. Did you know that they will install your car seat properly or check to be sure that it is properly installed? Did you know they offer free Narcan and training for how to administer it in an emergency? A lot of people throughout Potawatomi County are not aware that our public health has these services and more. Events throughout Potawatomi County help to get the word out about what all services our public health has to offer. And I know many people aren't aware of those services because when I mention these things in conversation, people are always intrigued. In fact, I just helped someone yesterday, directed them to the website to be able to sign up to get their water tested for nitrates from their well. Public Health was glad to be at a water event forum that CCPC co-hosted with Indivisible Iowa Local Pro. They knew it was a way to reach out to residents and make the connections necessary to support our residents. That's what Public Health does best. They show up to educate residents on services that are available to them. From the CDC, public health is the science of preventing disease, prolonging life, and promoting health through organized efforts and informed choices of society organizations, public and private, communities, and individuals. Analyzing the determinants of health of a population and the threats it faces is the basis for public health. The public can be as small as a handful of people or as large as a village or entire city. Public health is an interdisciplinary field. For example, epidemiology, biostatistics, social sciences, and managers of health services are all relevant. I hope I pronounced all those properly. Other important subfields include environmental health, community health, behavioral health, health economics, public policy, mental health, health education, health politics, occupational safety, disability, oral health, gender issues in health, and sexual and reproductive health. Effective LGBTQ public health outreach requires culturally affirming care, targeted education, and systemic advocacy to build trust and reduce health disparities in Iowa. Local initiatives must address barriers to care by partnering with trusted community organizations and providing specialized training for healthcare providers. Public health regularly has outreach to certain groups of people such as women, veterans, seniors, teens, children, and many more to let citizens know of the services offered. Reaching out to engage with specific groups is nothing new for our health department or any health department in the state of Iowa. Events such as Pride and Focus draw a large crowd, helping to serve so many with services that folks may not know even exist without having come to an event. It is the duty of public health to reach and educate, which is what Pride and Focus was intended to do.
Thank you, Sean. Hey, who's up next?
Melissa DeLong.
State your name and address.
Melissa DeLong, 21785 Green Bay Road. So I'm on the same topic. It's appropriate on this primary election day that there are public comments made about the recent decision in renaming Pride and Focus. The Board of Supervisors, who are elected officials, have taken action and decided the Pride and Focus event renamed the Pot County Public Health and Focus. This event was a public health and inclusion event that now dropped the inclusion focus. For the event in a month that recognizes the marginalized in the month that has become National Pride Month. Across the nation, as a person who has close friends and family who are part of the LGBTQ plus community, this message of inclusion needs to, and quit ignoring the bias and educate the uneducated. I feel that any comments that were made that were in bias to that are not educated on the LGBTQ community and their vibrant inclusion as part of this community. As elected officials of Potawatomi County, I would have expected a public debate and the now exclusion of the important members of this community. If there were complaints from you that the opportunity for debate should have been provided to ensure that the voice of all residents of Pot County were heard. What alternatives are you going to provide to continue to recognize the LGBTQ community plus community in education in Potawatomi County? Thank you.
Thank you.
Nathan Clark?
State your name and address.
My name is Nathan Clark. I live at 124 Elmwood Drive, Green Council Bluffs. So today I'm also here to talk about the recent change that's happened with the inaugural Pride and Focus. So health is that optimal state of physical, mental, and environmental well-being that is the right responsibility for all residents of Pot County. That is the mission statement of the county's own public health department. The question isn't whether LGBTQ residents belong in our community. The question is whether the county government will serve them equally. When the county publicly announces an event, then removes that LGBTQ related content after objections are raised, it creates the appearance that those people are a problem to be hidden under the that those people are a problem to be hidden rather than members of the community to be served. This hurts the residents' trust in its local government and government provided services. Because of actions and statements like this, members of that community will continue to be at increased risk for a number of physical and mental health issues. Many, even including some in our own county, do experience some social isolation, harassment, and violence. Recent LGBTQ laws across the entire nation have increased barriers that these community members are having to face. Finding spaces where LGBTQ people are not only accepted, but are also celebrated is important for members of this community. Pride events exist to correct a balance in visibility and safety, not to create a competing superiority event. It's similar to how other marginalized groups have culture heritage months or awareness events. The purpose is recognition and inclusion, not exclusion of others. Pride events play a pivotal role in raising awareness about LGBTQ issues and advocating for equal rights. Events like these are not just helpful to the members of that community, but give an opportunity for the entire community to learn and grow as allies. Because allyship is an important part of the Pride Month, especially for LGBTQ young people. Research shows that having just one accepting adult in their lives can lower a young person's risk for suicide. Celebration events like this provide those powerful education tools for the community, such as raising awareness, educating, and advocating for your neighbor. Pride celebrates doing what's right, showing up for the community and showing the people that live here that they are cared about. So the counter argument misses the key point. Pride isn't about comparison between orientations, but about affirming dignity and equal standing for a group that has historically been denied it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Lisa Lima.
Good morning. I'm Lisa Lima, 1000 South Main Street, apartment 112, here in Council Bluffs. I am in concurrence with the former speakers, and there is only a small amount of people that are particularly inflamed by this decision. And it is not being inclusive by any standard. And I too worry about the mental health of people. And this is definitely was an opportunity that you are missing. Potawatomi County shone brightly when you have the Wall of Heels here as a community who cares. Another opportunity to show the same caring was planned as a Pride Health event. This is an important, impactful, and ideologically a sound decision. To alter that event due to some public pressure shows incredible cowardice, lack of empathy, and disdain for others. As a mother, a friend, the chair of the Democratic Party, and a friend of the LGBTQ, and a member of this community, I am deeply disappointed. I ask for you to reconsider and show strength. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
No.
All right. At that point, motion to adjourn by Miller.
Second.
By Jorgensen, please. Motion aye. Carrie?